Well, that answers that question. Jim, our next question was sent via the Cult of Cornette Facebook group by Alexa Forrester. In Jon Moxley's book, he talks about JR giving a talk at FCW.
Wait a minute. He wrote one? I didn't know he'd ever read one.
He wrote one. Apparently, it's a real piece of work. He talks about JR giving a talk at FCW and recommending the boys have a backup plan in case wrestling didn't work out. Moxley didn't agree with this because, and there's a quote here,
I think if you really want something, whatever that is, you have to go for it with 100% of yourself. If you're going to go for it, go for it. Great things aren't achieved with a safety net in place. Safety nets, backup plans, these are distractions, excuses to give up early. A backup plan may be put in place for your benefit, but what it really serves is as a way out. If you want something bad enough, if you believe in yourself, failure can't be an option. The very concept that you may not succeed simply can't exist.
Oh, Christ.
Sounds like the Warrior. I'd love to know Jim's thoughts on this. Did he advise the developmental
He also
talent?
sounds like he's 14, doesn't he? Doesn't he sound like some kind of fucking wannabe teenager that's wants to be his favorite action movie star or badass video game character hero or something? You're a fucking idiot if you, especially for the audience that JR was speaking to, not just a bunch of guys who wanted to wrestle indies on the weekends and actually had some type of job or way to support themselves and pay their bills, but people in FCW who were apparently thinking of making this their living and doing this for real, in which case a lot of them weren't going to make it. And you know what? A lot of them didn't make it. So it's, him saying, don't let the wrestling business ruin your life because you've got no other option or you don't have any other plan or what would I do if this or whatever. He was trying to be nice to these people, but this fucking gelatinous headed moron is too wrapped up in the fantasy of who he thinks he is to fucking see that. And, I'm sure he's another one of these people that doesn't mind, I slept in my car. Well, good for you. I'm not going to sleep in a fucking car, asshole. I'm going to be a goddamn adult in a crazy business, but I'm not going to sleep in my car or stick myself in a sleeping bag on somebody's couch because I'm too much of a goddamn bum to be able to support myself.
I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid.
Well, let him go back to fucking Munchkin Land and be the Cabbage Patch Kid he wants to be. But JR was talking to aspiring professional athletes who may flunk out of the course. And Moxley's talking to a bunch of garbage championship wrestling wannabe dipshits who look just like him, a fucking corpse floating in a river for 3 days.
Well, let me just, the final part of this question here that was sent in by Alexa. I'd like to know Jim's thoughts on this. Did he advise the developmental talent in OVW to have a backup plan? Is this something you advise talent or, aspiring talent to have?
Well, I didn't. The first thing that I said to everybody when they came in the door was, God damn, I hope you got some options. Right? It wasn't there was a number of people I suggested that they find new careers. Linda Miles, those Shane twins. I said, you people need to do something else. But that was after experiencing what they had to offer. But no, I would tell the guys, look, this is why we were trying to teach them how to be in a wrestling business. If you want to be in a wrestling business, pay your taxes. Yes, I sent memos out on paying taxes and circulated the name of an accountant here in town that they could potentially go to. And we talked to them about keeping their records. And we mentioned to them that, it's fucking showbiz, and you might not get to be the movie star or the rock star or whatever. But we're educating you and teaching you how to be in a wrestling business. And because you're here in Louisville, either you're on contract and you're making enough to get by and you can concentrate on your studies, or you've already got a job and you're training and you're part-time. Nobody thought they were going to get fucking rich. But we were very clear with, the pitfalls that you can fall into in the business, and that, it ain't a sure thing. But I never would have coached anybody. No, don't consider that this is not going to work out, because it's probably not going to work out. You're deluding yourself. It doesn't mean you don't have to try your hardest or work for it. If you know the odds are against you ahead of time, maybe that gives you some, what's the word I'm searching for? Some encouragement. I'm going to climb this mountain. But you can't just be single-minded like, yes, this is going to fucking happen for sure, and I'm going to be an idiot and fall through furniture until I'm 50 or it does. That's not, no.
Yeah, sounds like a great book. But thank you for your question.